So, call this meeting to order for the City of Apache Junction Parks and Recreation Commission for Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. And may I have roll call, please?
Judy Bory.
Here.
Frank Shanebeck is excused. D.L. Kine. Here. Lamont Klepler.
Here.
Felicia Madrid.
Here.
Manny Vega.
Here.
Heather Moeller.
Here. Thank you. The Commission may at this time take single action on any or all items listed as consent agenda items. These include acceptance of agenda and acceptance of minutes. Any member of the Commission may remove any item from the consent agenda for discussion and cause a separate vote on the matter later in the agenda. May I have a motion for the approval, acceptance of the agenda meeting minutes?
I move that the Parks and Recreation Commission accept the agenda as presented and approve the minutes from the November 5th, 2025 regular meeting.
And may I have a second, please?
I'll second.
And may I have roll call, please?
Okay, Frank Shanebeck is excused. D.L. Kine.
Yes.
Lamont Klepper.
Yes.
Felicia Madrid.
Yes.
Manny Vega.
Yes.
Judy Bory.
Yes.
Heather Moeller.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
Thank you. All right, Commissioners, if you have any information regarding activities involving Parks and Recreation matters, such as, but not limited to, attending any Commission members at the community meetings or events, seminars, or conferences, or upcoming events, now's your time to share.
I'll go.
Oh,
I participated with my girls in the first annual turkey trot.
nice.
Yes, so that was super fun. It was a good turnout, and yeah, we had lots of fun. There was a really cute corn on the cob there, Liz. And yeah, it was just lots of fun. It was a great event, and it seemed like such a good turnout, and the girls got a free pie, and
Oh,
yeah, it was a great way to celebrate.
so you'll be doing it again next year then?
I will do it again next year, yes. And it's like right here. I know usually we have to go, you know, a little ways out for a turkey trot, but not anymore.
So I'll follow that up. I also did the turkey trot
Nice.
as well, and I thought it was very well put together. The courses out there are great, you know, like great for trail running and good pace on the race, and all the free pie was definitely very nice, and just everything was very well put together, I thought.
Fantastic.
And I picked up a stack of Citizen, the spring. It was in the newspaper, I believe. And so, but we don't get them at the chamber. So we've had people coming in asking about, you know, what's going on with Park and Rec. And we've tried to send them up to the MGC also. And also we have a lot of tribute bands coming in January. So, you know, get your tickets early.
Nice. Thanks so much for sharing. All right, presentation and update on projects and opportunities in the parks and other service areas by Dave Butler.
All right, good evening. I don't have photos tonight. We're, busy doing stuff, so no photos. But I do have a list of updates on all the projects we got going. So we'll start, probably the one that's been most asked about was pickleball. They did start construction. The rain did set us back on pretty much anything that was outside for about a week, so they've got all of the grubbing and clearing done. Mass grading will start next week, and then underground utilities. That whole project runs through May of 2026, but they're still making pretty good progress now. Prospector Park, the shade has started at Phase 3 playground, so the south side playground. All the structural steel is going in this week. It should be finished with the steel next week. And then on the 15th, they start on Phase 2 or the north side playground. They will be back about 2 weeks after that's put up to install the actual shade fabric. The irrigation project is about 60% of the way done. We should be able to finish that before Christmas. It just depends on weather, and we've run into a few problems here and there, but we hope to have that done before Christmas.
Dave, can you just kind of share what'll happen? Like they'll leave right now it's roped off, but can you talk about like what the playground will look like and the use of it while we go through the phases real quick?
Yeah, so as soon as they're done with the structural steel, they will remove all the fencing, open the playground back up. When they come back for the fabrics, they can just do that from a truck or from a ladder. So they'll just shut it down for a couple hours the days that they come back to do the fabric. But once all the steel's in, they'll open the playgrounds back up for use.
And this is our department doing it?
No, this is a contractor that's
Okay.
SSP, we have finished the recoat and re-coloring of the slides. The site fencing is at about the 75% mark. We're really hopeful that one finishes before the new year. It just depends on how quick we can get some of that steel in and welded. Worst case, we're looking middle of January on the site fence. The structural steel on the shade at the pool is also in the process of being set this week. That will be a little bit longer process because there's a lot more structure there. Those shades should be done completely by February. Down at the playground, the rock features are scheduled to be delivered next week, and that's about a 2-week install process on those. The playground is about a week to 2 behind that, so the actual climbing play structure is another 2 weeks out past that, and also takes about 2 weeks to get installed. And then we have the deck, the pool deck scheduled for the first week of January. The MGC painting is about 75% of the way done. We've moved into the lobby. They will finish the lobby this week, hopefully, and then move down the hallway into 114. And then once 114 is done, it's really a lot of punch and touch-up work. There's some spots on the rails and just a few things that we've noticed that we're going to get cleaned up before they get out of there. They should be done, hopefully, the week before Christmas. Little League, the concession refurbishment project starts January 19th, and we think that one will wrap up February 13th, which gives us about a week to move everything back into the concession stand for opening day on the 20th. And then the last big one, rodeo grounds, what we're calling Phase 1A, so the first half of Phase 1 of the master plan is still on schedule to finish January 8th. Our contractor pulled a lot of strings and did a lot of Saturday, Sunday work out there to get caught up after losing about a week because of all that rain we had. And then we have scheduled what we're calling Phase 1B, so the second half of Phase 1, to start March 16th. We hope that that will be done before July 1st. It just depends on the lead time for the Ramada and some of the other structural steel components on that one. That is all of the updates I have, unless you have questions on any of those for me tonight.
Yeah, so SSP, Superstition Shadows, it seems like, oh, sorry, can you explain, is the playground still closed right now?
Yes.
Okay, and then it'll remain closed till the new structure gets built?
That one has to remain closed because those structures require a crane to install. So we have to keep that closed, crane in the structures, steel goes up around it, and then they come back and do the fabric. So that one will be closed until it is completely done.
Yeah, and then you said after that, so the shade will be done mid-February, and then after that, it'll be like another 2 weeks?
No, everything there should be done by February.
Okay, everything will be
Everything, yeah.
done. I see, okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
I had two questions on the pickleball.
Yep.
You said completion around May 26th?
Yeah, we think end of May 2026.
Okay. That's going into, obviously, summertime. Is there any plans to, like, put shade over it?
There is shade included in the master plan. I believe there's 6. I just looked at submittals this morning. It's 6 or 7 shade structures that line the walkways between the courts.
And then, this is probably a recreation question, but is there programming, like, plan for programming already for?
That is
for the
a
courts?
great recreation question.
I can answer it right now. So the pickleball courts are primarily for open play. So that is our number one use and our number one demand. However, our wonderful adult sports and youth sports coordinator, Gary, he does do periodic, we do leagues. We just finished a tournament. Jamie will be talking more about some of these things. But we will continue to do things like that. We'll probably have more tournaments and things like that because of these courts. But they won't be heavily programmed because really our open play is the number one need out there right now. And it's, pretty much used all the time. So we'll try hard. We'll probably do a lot more of our programming on the older courts and keeping those newer courts. We've kind of started looking at dividing out certain areas of it where that'll be reservable, certain areas of it where we'll have our programs, and then some areas where we want to try to keep it as open as we can.
All right, thank you, Dave, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Presentation, discussion, and update on upcoming events and activities from Jamie Sullivan.
Good evening. I do have some updates, but I also do not have any pictures or a slideshow, but that's because I was really hard working on your ornament, so.
Today's theme is we're not going to talk about what we didn't do or what we don't have. We're only going to talk about what we have.
Okay, so what I do have for you. So update on our November programs. We had our S'mores and Stories. The last time we spoke, we had 101 registered. Only half of them showed up, but then we had another half that showed up that weren't actually registered, so we finished with 112 participants at that event. We had people trying to register, obviously even after the event had closed, but so we are working on ways to better market. That is an event we do need people to register for, but the very first one we did, it was non-registration, so I think people got that idea in their mind, so we'll be working on that. We did have our second year of hosting Mesa Parks and Rec and their adaptive paint program, which we also invited our community to participate in as well. We had an adult and a youth. Both of them were maxed out. We did that on our open deck. It was just an amazing night to be able to see them all come out and paint, and you could see the superstitions, and we really lucked out because it was right between all the rain for one of them, so it was a great event. Our full moon hike, again, is a registered event, but people don't read that part, so Elliot had his hands full with everybody that registered with a very small amount showed up, plus an extra 10, 15 people. So we'll be, again, working on some marketing of that and using the rangers to help us to make sure that nobody's trying to go out on those trails after we've already left, because the park is not open normally in the evenings. This is a special type of event that we do. So if you are wanting to go on December 5th, which is on Friday, please make sure you are registered and that you don't just show up. So we started our youth flag football leagues in November. We had our fairy tale event with about 130 princess and princes at that event. As you guys mentioned, we hosted our first ever turkey trot. I do want to share that our Superstition Food Bank was one of our partners, and that's why you got those lovely free pies. And then also Image Eye Care, Dr. Jason Molson was the sponsor, and we were able to give out the shirts at, there was no cost to the city. He sponsored those shirts. And so we were really happy for our first partnership. Running is something that he is passionate about, and so this was our first time partnering. And we will continue to have a second one next November. We did have, again, we were hoping for 100. That was our goal. Usually that means we hope to get 80, but we had 109, so we met our goal. If somebody didn't get a medal, I'm really sorry, but we only ordered 100, so.
I have one I can share.
I think I didn't hear any complaints, so hopefully we're good there. Adult softball started last week. We have 8 co-ed teams out there playing. And then we also had our Fishing Friday, which again is busting at the seams. We thought, no, we don't need 50 poles from Game and Fish. We had 60 at the last fishing event. Some of that was due to a birthday party that just kind of extended their party over to us, which we were happy to accommodate, and Elliot did a great job. But Game and Fish is wanting folks to register for those programs so they can also count how many folks are getting out there and using their poles. So if that, again, is something you're interested or you're sharing with people that we have, we're now asking for folks to register. If people do show up and we have poles, we absolutely will get them on the water and teach them how to fish. So we did finish up a pickleball tournament in November as well. And to just kind of elaborate, we do have outdoor pickleball leagues. We do have outdoor pickleball lessons. We also have indoor pickleball lessons. During peak time, when we tried to offer pickleball lessons, it did not go over so well because the courts are full, they were maxed. And so we kind of pulled back on that a little bit because we're only getting 2 people to sign up to take the classes. So we're essentially meeting the needs of 2 people while we have 30 waiting to play on the court. Knowing that the courts are coming, we will definitely be able to do more of that when we can say, you guys have all of these courts, we can at least have, one, and try to pick times that are not as busy. So we're trying to figure all that out. And I think we have, actually. Coming up in December, like I mentioned, we have a full moon hike on Friday. Please pre-register if you want to go on that. Elliot would really appreciate that. On Saturday is one of our biggest events, and that is the holiday event down at Flatiron Park with the tree lighting and then the parade. I will let you know that our parade entries are about 50 right now, which is up from about 15 last year. Don't count and then come back and say only 45 showed up, because we do get people for whatever reason the night of can't come, but our numbers are already up. We've maxed out on our food truck vendors, so we have filled 7 spots, and we are already up in our activity and our craft vendors, so we're sitting at around 28 for there. So we're seeing some increase in those numbers. The weather is a high of like 62 degrees, no rain in sight, so I expect us to have a really nice turnout at that event. On the 13th, which is also a Saturday, we have so much going on that day, but that day is Shop with a Cop. Our department helps very much with that. That'll be hosted at the Multi-Gen Center. We'll have an all-staff training that day, and then if you really want to come out in the cold, we'll be having a movie in the park showing Santa Claus at Flatiron. And then
We also have Make a Difference Day at Silly Mountain from 8 to 11. If you want to come out and help with any of the activities, we will be improving at Silly Mountain.
Saturday?
Saturday the 13th.
Okay.
But this Saturday is also a pool event, weed pool, not pool like as in aquatic. But if you want to pull weeds with us out at Silly Mountain, that one is 8 to 10. That's also a great time.
Invasive weed pool, 8 to 10, Silly Mountain. Got it.
Then on the 19th, if you're not able to get your free photos with Santa at the holiday event, we have Santa coming back because he likes us very much. And you can register your littles to get their pictures with Santa Claus on the 19th from 3 to 6. And there's also no school that day for the AJ School District. So when people are like, why'd you do it on a school day? Well, there isn't school, and we extended it to 6. So hopefully that works. And then you can take your 4-legged kids on the 20th and have them get their pictures with Santa Claus at the dog park. I think we're at both dog parks, just different times. I didn't write down those, but if you have a dog, you can look it up or let me know and I can get you the information. Also on the 20th is our Jingle Bowl. That is our adult flag football tournament. So if you want to go play some flag football, now's your chance. Get some of your friends. It's teams of 4. So I mean, you can have more because most likely somebody's not going to make it through the whole game, so you might want to sub. So And then on the 23rd is our senior Christmas party will be held at the senior center. And then the last thing, really not a program, but to let you guys know, you'll start to see in January, we will be starting our aquatics recruitment. So we start recruitment as early as January. It will get posted. We will start to review those applicants. A lot of the very first applicants are our returning staff, but it doesn't have to be. But we do have to start as early as January to get ready for what, is our summer season. We will be offering lifeguard and safety instructor trainings come March. So we do offer the trainings that are needed to get those certifications to be able to work with us. But if you know anybody that is interested and actually likes to swim and be outside during the summer, we have some great opportunities in the lifeguarding and water safety instructors. So I think I caught all my notes. So are there any questions at this time?
Do you have to have experience to play the flag football?
You probably won't win, but no. I would highly encourage, it looks like fun. I go out every year and we usually bring donuts and Gatorade, so you're gonna get that out of it. You have to know kind of the rules, so we
Yeah.
can get those to you in
It will
advance.
be a little rough. So it is flag, but it's still a little rough. It's adults.
Competitive.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll watch this year.
Yeah. Or just get some other people that really love flag football.
No, we can get you the,
Get some rough people to play
yeah,
with.
I could get you the rules in
You
advance.
guys want to play? Okay, let's do it.
So,
I'm the one who doesn't know the rules, though. Okay.
they don't either.
Oh, and Jamie, they're trying to recruit you.
I know.
She's ignoring you.
No, there's something, I'm working that day. I'm certain of it.
If we were to win, though, that'd be pretty cool.
You won't, it's okay.
You might win.
Thanks for the belief.
I think it'd be great to start, but yeah, yeah, do it. Do it.
Do it. I might.
Fantastic.
If we don't have any other questions.
Yes, and I'd like to turn it over to Liz at this time.
Really quickly before we move off of staff reports, we were very excited to have our 2 new commissioners, and we're able to introduce Lamont last meeting. And Manny Vega is with us today. I know a lot of you were able to meet him individually, but just want to turn it over to Manny for just a few minutes to share a little bit about himself and welcome him to our commission.
Awesome, appreciate it. Yeah, super excited to join, and really, you guys are doing amazing things. Like it's pretty awesome to see like how many events, how many programs, how many options like people have in the community. So just really love seeing that, and then the expansion of like the parks area, and just really being mindful and taking care of everything that we have. So really love that. I've been a resident of Apache Junction for about 5 years now, but born and raised in Phoenix. Went to college in Louisiana. Go LSU for those fans out there. And then played baseball my whole life. Actually got to work for the Atlanta Braves for 6 years. After I got done playing, finished my degree in elementary education, and then I got a secondary degree in sports and recreation management, which I'm able to use now. I'm super excited for that. Right now I work at a corporate job, been there about 6 years. It keeps me busy, good 60-hour weeks. But yeah, it's really fun. It's rewarding. It's challenging. So it's everything that I love doing. I did do the 5K. I've got a few races coming up, so I love to stay active. Also in the community, I got a High Rocks race. I like doing Tough Mudders. So still stay pretty active, which is fun, and just super excited for this opportunity. So thank you.
You want to be our 4th for flag football?
Sounds amazing.
Ooh, way to recruit.
I mean, we have an athlete, so why not use it to our advantage? Yeah, we could win. See?
Good spirits. I love it. Welcome.
Welcome.
All right, for old business, we have discussion and update on Tree City USA from Liz Langenbach.
Yep, and so I'm going to turn over this time to Elliot. He's going to be sharing a little bit more about our Tree City application update and just give everybody, am I starting this for you, Elliot, or am I not working it right? There we go. Oh, what's happening here?
Thank you.
Am I not hitting the right button? Oh, here we go, enable. That's new. Am I just not going, okay, from current slide.
Sorry, thanks.
Good evening. My name is Elliot Anuda. I am the Recreation Coordinator for Natural Resources and Outdoor Programs. So, like Liz said, I'm here to talk about Tree City USA. We are currently a Tree City USA recipient. So I'm just here to talk about this year's renewal, where we stand and all that fun stuff. So I know that we have 2 new commissioners this year, so I did kind of want to give a little bit of a background of what Tree City USA is. So it's an official designation given by the Arbor Day Foundation for the tree care that you provide in your city and the amount of financial support that you give to vegetation, more specifically trees. So it is partnered with the Arbor Day Foundation, the Forest Service, and the National Association of State Foresters. The third part with the state foresters, so ours is DFFM, and they're the ones who review our application, approve our application, all of that for the years that we reapply for things. Below, there is a little photo showing all of the Tree City cities and towns and villages that exist throughout the country. So like you can see, there's over 3,500 right now. And then on the next slide, we'll kind of talk a little bit more about Arizona. So Arizona itself only has 29 cities and towns that hold this designation, and there's 4 in Pinal County. Apache Junction is the youngest of all 29, with us receiving our designation in 2023. Then in 24, we received a growth designation as well, which means that we went above and beyond what the standards are to be a tree city, and we show that we have continued support through our actions to be able to achieve that growth award. On that slide, you'll see stars and you'll see circles. A star designates a growth award. So not only are you an active Tree City recipient, you're also a growth city recipient. So like you guys can see here in the Phoenix metro area, almost every city achieves the growth award. So we really want to make it a point to continue growing our tree canopy and our commitment to trees so that we can stay on par with everyone else, but also just to receive some of the benefits that our tree canopies provides to our community. So this is this year's application. So there's a couple different components that you have to complete to put in your application to receive this. So the first one is you have to be the person submitting it that actually is the designated area. So with being Parks and Recreation, we are the designated department for a Tree City Award. We have to have a tree ordinance, which in 2023, we did build a tree ordinance into the official city code. So there are specific regulations for that. And then you have to also budget at least $2 per capita. And we are at $2.23. So we are well above how much money you have to spend per resident to be able to meet that criteria. We also planted 300 new trees this year, which some of that was through an SRP, Right Tree, Right Place program that we had. That planted about 70 of those trees. So we were able to do an additional 60? Oh, sorry. So about 70 trees from our Right Tree, Right Place. Over the last year, we cared for over 2,200 trees. And then we also have to make sure that there's an official proclamation that is signed by the mayor to designate a specific time period for tree recognition, which Mayor Chip Wilson signed this year. And then we were also able to host an Arbor Day event. And this one was really cool because this one we were able to partner with Four Peaks Elementary School. We were able to plant a tree in their courtyard. And that tree also was a memorial site for one of their students who had passed away that year. So it served a really good purpose, and it also will create shade for a lot of future students to come who play out in that courtyard. That's all of the requirements that were set forth by the actual designation for the application. And for the growth award, the way that works is there's a point structure, and you have to meet at least 10 points to be able to get the growth award. And points can vary between 1 point for that piece or 10 points for a piece. So these are the areas that we are going for the growth award. This does not mean that we might go for different ones. It might mean that we actually remove it because we are well above 10 points. But these are the ones that we're primarily looking at for our growth award. I'm not going to read all of them out to you, but there is the list of the different types of areas that we're going for our growth award. The actual application was already submitted to the State Forestry Department, and we are currently working on finalizing our growth award submission for that. And then we will know in 2026 if both were approved. That's what I got on Tree City. I think Liz might have a little bit more to add to it for you.
Yeah. I just wanted to add a couple of things that were neat and unique this year that we'll be able to put on our application for the Growth Award. So I think we shared last year about the SRP, Right Tree, Right Place. And so they removed trees that were, in danger of being threatened by or threatening power lines on city property and city right-of-ways. And then for every tree that was removed, we got 3 15-ish, 15-gallon. And we used those to replace in some of the same areas, but we were also able to take them throughout other park projects, other facilities like Silly Mountain, the Apache Trail Median, other places where we wanted to put those. So, that really gave us that was a great program to be a part of, as well as, so we're going to be able to capture a couple points in a couple of different areas because of that this year. And so each year there's some neat things that we can do. One of our supervisor on the North team, Shauna Hash, she just received her certified arborist certification. I guess I said that twice, but pretty awesome. I mean, it's a major thing. Like, it's a lot of work, and it's a pretty intense, doing that exam and all of that. But so we're super proud of her. But we'll be able to capture that 1 year. I think we can get 5 points just for that portion of it. So. Anyways, like Elliot said, we're not going to go over all of them, but I think those are 2 that are really great things this year that are very unique and different. And we'll definitely bring back and report on how we end up doing once we hear back from the Arbor Day Foundation.
I have a question. Some of the trees that have gotten maybe destroyed through weather, stumps that are, and Flatiron is one of the ones that has a kind of a little stump out there. And maybe it's too costly to pull it out or whatever, but could they be turned into something artistic? Could the citizens of, the Superstition Art Commission maybe come up with some ideas for doing something with the stumps, but leaving the stump there, but.
So the ones at Flatiron are pretty unique because there's a ton of utility around there. So I know the one you're talking about, and that is coming out, and another tree will go back in its place.
Okay.
I don't think that the trees that we have here are really conducive to cutting into art shapes. They tend to just decay and fall apart. So we do have a plan to replace trees that we've lost during storms or, in some of our areas, car accidents along the roadways. So we do have plans to replace those. It'll probably be in the spring. So we didn't just want to leave a big hole there, so we just left the stump, and we'll get it in spring when we put a new one in.
I'm not so good with Arbor Day. Will we know this information before then? So if we wanted to participate in that or get points for it?
Yeah. So we will have another Arbor Day celebration in 2026. It's the last Friday in April. But we also do a lot of tree education at Earth Day as well. So last year, we did a booth at Earth Day where we talked about invasive plant management, but we also gave tree recommendations to community members. If they were looking to purchase a tree, Shauna, who is, like Liz said, one of our new certified arborists, she was able to kind of talk with them a little bit, discuss what their goals were for the tree, and then give a recommendation for it. And one thing that we're currently working on, which is actually on this list, is that we are creating a tree recommendation list. So it'll be an official list. It's going to keep it simple, about 10 trees that we'll talk about to recommend to community members if they're looking for new trees to plant on their property. They'll kind of have an idea this actually works in Apache Junction. This will help with whatever goal you have as far as what that tree should be doing. Yeah.
Can community members adopt a tree?
That is a Liz question. We do have specific criteria for like adoption and days and all of that stuff that we do.
Yeah, so Christy helps us with our memorial tree program. We do, when folks want to, plant a tree, it's really more about planting a tree, and if they want to plant like a memorial tree, then they'll work with Christy, and then Christy works with our parks team, depending on where they're wanting it to be, to find out whether we have space, what type of tree that we're willing to plant. Sometimes those don't always match up. And then works with them to see what kind of memorial marker they want to have with it. And all of that goes through, so then they pay their money towards the Friends of Apache Junction, and that's how that donation and the purchase of the tree and all of that kind of goes through Friends of AJ.
Yeah, I was thinking of like Wayne Standish, something like
Yeah.
that would be really nice.
Absolutely.
In his name.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Which we could probably do on our own, since he's our past commissioner. So that's a great idea.
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So for new business, we have an election. Start fresh here.
Go ahead and read the agenda item. And then you'll use your script.
So go ahead and write out. So 25-595, election of Parks and Recreation Commission chairperson and vice chairperson. Okay. So I call for a motion to open nominations for the position of chairperson.
I move that we open the nominations for chairperson.
And do I have a second?
I second.
All right. May I have a roll call to vote to open nominations, please?
I just want to clarify, DL, you motioned,
Yes, I did.
and Lamont, you second?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Felicia Madrid,
Yes.
Manny Vega,
Yes.
Judy Bory,
Yes.
Frank Shaneback is excused, DL Kine,
Yes.
Lamont Klepper,
Yes.
and Heather Moeller.
Yes. Thank you. All right. May I get a nomination for the position of chairperson?
I would like to nominate Heather Moeller for chairperson.
May I get a nomination for position of chairperson? May I get a nomination for chairperson?
No, one more.
No, one more?
One more.
One
Does it
more.
say it
Any
three-word?
other?
Any other nominations for chairperson? I call for nomination to close nominations. I call for a motion to close nominations for the position of chairperson.
I move that the nominations for chairperson be closed.
And do I have a second?
I second. I second the motion.
And may I have a roll call vote to close the nominations, please?
Manny Vega,
Yes.
Judy Bory,
Yes.
Frank Shaneback is excused, DL Kine,
Yes.
Lamont Klepper,
Yes.
Felicia Madrid,
Yes.
Heather Moeller.
Yes.
And the motion to elect Heather Moeller as chair has passed.
Okay. So Vice Chair, sorry, I was like, oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. The motion to close nominations for chair has passed.
Okay, so I call for a motion to approve the first nominee, Heather Moeller, for the position of chairperson.
I move that Heather Mueller be approved for chairperson.
And do I have a second?
I'll second that.
May I have a roll call to vote to approve Heather Moeller?
Judy Bory.
Yes.
Frank Schoenbeck is excused. D.L. Kine.
Yes.
Lamont Klepper.
Yes.
Felicia Madrid.
Yes.
Manny Vega.
Yes.
Heather Moeller.
Yes.
And the motion to approve Heather Moeller as chairperson has been approved.
I call for a motion to open nominations for the position of vice chair.
I move that we open the nominations for the vice chairperson.
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
May I have a roll call to vote to open nominations, please?
Lamont Klepper.
Yes.
Felicia Madrid.
Yes.
Manny Vega.
Yes.
Judy Bory.
Yes.
Frank Schoenbeck is excused. D.L. Kine.
Yes.
Heather Moeller.
Yes. May I get a nomination for the position of vice chair?
I nominate Felicia Madrid for vice chairperson.
May I get a nomination for the position of vice chair? May I get a nomination for the position of vice chair? Any other nominations for vice chair? I call for a motion to close nominations for the position of vice chair.
I move that the nominations for vice chair be closed.
And may I have a second?
I'll second that.
May I have a roll call vote to close the nominations, please?
D.L. Kine.
Yes.
Lamont Klepper.
Yes.
Felicia Madrid.
Yes.
Manny Vega.
Yes.
Judy Bory.
Yes.
Frank Schoenbeck is excused. Heather Moeller.
Yes.
And the motion passes to close nominations for vice chair.
I call for a motion to approve the first nominee, Felicia Madrid, the position of vice chairperson.
I move that Felicia Madrid be approved for vice chairperson.
And do I have a second?
I second.
May I have a roll call to vote? May I have a roll call vote to approve Felicia Madrid, please?
Frank Schoenbeck is excused. D.L. Kine.
Yes.
Lamont Klepper.
Yes.
Felicia Madrid.
Yes.
Manny Vega.
Yes.
Judy Bory.
Yes.
And Heather Moeller.
Yes.
And the motion to elect Felicia Madrid as vice chair passes.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Great job, everybody. Way to be so efficient, and congratulations to our
feels
chair and our vice chair.
I love that.
Thank you, we did it.
Yay.
Heather, you can pass the gavel to
Hey, we did pretty good last year, too.
All right. It looks like we don't have a call to public.
I think they're all holding our breath, though.
So commissioners, if you have anything to suggest or recommend being added to the next agenda, this is not for discussion right now, but just for bringing up for the next agenda, you can bring it up. Anything you want more information about, a little update? No? Okay, then I'll go ahead and move on. I need a motion for the selection of meeting dates, times, location, and purpose, please.
I move that the Parks and Recreation Commission hold a regular meeting on February 4th, 2026 at 6 PM in the City Council chambers located at 300 East Superstition Boulevard.
And may I have a second?
I second.
And may I have roll call, please?
DL Kine,
Yes.
Lamont Klepper,
Yes.
Felicia Madrid,
Yes.
Manny Vega,
Yes.
Judy Bory,
Yes.
Frank Steenbeck is excused, Heather Moeller,
Yes,
and that motion passes.
thank you. All right, then that looks like we're going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 6:45 PM. We'll see you next year.